Canada's largest school board says student information dating back to 1985 may have been compromised in a recent cybersecurity attack. And we're learning the Toronto District School Board may be one of many across North America targeted in a wide-scale breach of the software PowerSchool. So let's welcome Claudiu Popa, Security, Privacy and Cyber Fraud Risk Advisor, here with some insight into exactly what happened. Claudiu, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start there. How did this happen and how big is the breach? PowerSchool on their website said it happened through their community-focused customer support portal. So it sounds like there's an element of self-serve there. Is that the weak spot or the loophole?
That was the weak spot. The company has said that previously, when they allowed direct access from outside, from all over the web, all it took was for one compromised password to allow access to all of the data of tens of millions of students and administrative staff, going back some 20 years. So it's a simple explanation. Unfortunately, it points to a lack of security, and it looks like the damage has been significant.
Geez, and the time range is so broad. So it's like both me and my daughter could be affected by this, both enrolled in TDSB schools. So how concerned should people be that this information is in the wrong hands? And why would it even be valuable?
Well, this is a multi-generational data breach. It clearly shows that when you lose information, when you lose people's data, that impact can span decades or generations. And so the value of that information has to do with personal identities, and the personal identities of children are very, very valuable. Why? Because, well, most marketers haven't got a hold of them yet. So marketing companies, insurance companies, etc., value this type of information very highly. The company itself was sold for $5,600 million, $5.6 billion, just 2 months before the data breach. And so it's clear that both large companies and cyber criminals value children's data very highly. And in this case, there was a lot of it, including medical information. Okay.
So, Claudiu, is it too soon to talk about lessons learned, or is there one already pretty clear from your perspective?
There's a lot of lessons learned here, and the company has agreed that they made massive mistakes. They have said that they are trying to rebuild public trust. I haven't heard all of the remediation steps that they've taken, but clearly it's very important to remember not to have these types of access open to everyone on the internet. It's clear that we must all remember that in addition to passwords, we need something else to identify authorized users, like two-factor, multi-factor, two-step verification. And we're all pretty much familiar with this because it was invented in the 90s. And so we should all be looking for that type of authentication. And most importantly, a lesson learned is to not over-collect information that you don't need and to delete it as soon as possible. Because clearly, when you're holding on to data going back 2-3 decades, that data carries a lot of potential for negative impact, and it can impact people, their children, and sometimes their grandchildren as well. So a big reminder for all companies, not just in the public education sector, which has been lagging behind anyway. School boards have not had the expertise that they should have had to be able to select secure vendors properly, and especially with the pandemic, which ushered in a whole lot of ed tech. That ed tech is all over the place when it comes to security. So parents should definitely be asking questions, and privacy commissioners should be answering them, if not the school board.
Okay, Claudiu, great to meet you, and thank you again for your insight. That is Cyber Fraud Risk Advisor Claudiu Popa. Have a great day.
My pleasure. Thank you.